Hi, my name is John Tejan. I'm a chemistry teacher at Lebanon High School, and I wanted to make a short video to share with other teachers in the region, telling them about Science Olympiad in the hopes that they might be interested in coaching a team this year and bringing a few students to our Invitational tournament, which we're hosting in February. These are some teams that I've coached in the past, and I've started these teams at different schools in different regions with different demographics, and always really enjoyed coaching these teams and found a way to make it work in different circumstances, and it's always been met with a good reception from the student body. In this quick video, I wanted to just tell everybody a little bit about Science Olympiad, tell them what's involved with coaching, and tell you about the calendar for the year, all the different events which are in Science Olympiad, and what I'm hoping to see in the region over the next few years with Science Olympiad. The Science Olympiad team consists of up to 15 students. Only 7 of them can be seniors. There's 23 different events students can choose from. They can do as many events as they like, as long as there's not schedule conflicts. Usually students end up being in 3 different events at the most, and they work with partners. For instance, in the bottom right-hand corner, there's 2 young ladies working on an event called Magnetic Levitating Vehicle. Here's 2 students working on an event called Boom a Lever, in which they design a structure which must support a certain weight. The tournaments that are taking place in the region this year include the Invitational tournament that we're hosting at Lebanon High School on Saturday, February 11th. Many states have regional tournaments in which teams place to advance to state. In New Hampshire, there's a state tournament in Manchester in March. Vermont is the only state in the U.S. that does not have a state tournament right now, and I'm hoping that this invitational tournament being in close to central Vermont will maybe allow more Vermont schools to participate. Up until this year, the closest invitational tournaments were either MIT or Cornell University. So we're hoping that more Vermont teams will be able to participate, having an invitational tournament close to home. Vermont teams have always participated in New Hampshire's state tournament and are certainly welcome to do so until a Vermont state tournament is established. A Science Olympiad tournament is sort of like an academic track meet where students compete for medals in individual events. Entire teams can also place and win the tournament, and that's how teams are selected to advance to state in places where there are regional competitions or advance from state competitions to nationals. Our goals, I usually tell students, is to do science well, be competitive, and have fun. Science Olympiad does a great job of improving science education. It addresses standards, it recognizes students' achievement, and it creates a passion for learning science, which is sometimes difficult to achieve in quite the same way in the classroom. I'm not sure whether it's the competitive nature of the events or the fact that students can pick their own topics, but I see students engaging in Science Olympiad on a whole different level than they do in the science classroom, and that's always been, since I've started, one of my favorite parts of teaching science. I know it can be overwhelming to consider doing this, and I wanted to give some suggestions to keep it simple and try to make it as easy as possible. So I'm really hoping to encourage people to give it a shot. One good tip is to keep it simple the first year by just picking a small group of interested students and have them select a few events. Don't try to do all the events with 15 students the first time. Students essentially work independently to prepare for their event, and as a coach, you are simply a mentor. You can take care of a few of the clerical tasks like ordering materials where relevant, but essentially the students work independently. I'm a chemistry teacher, so I don't consider myself able to advise students very well on content in their life science event, but I can still serve as a coach and mentor for them. Here's what our calendars typically look like during the school year. In the fall, teams register, students pick events, and begin studying and building the devices. In January and February, students finish up builds, redesign things, do some more practicing and studying for the beginning and invitational and regional tournaments. In February and March is when most of those tournaments are held. A tournament schedule typically looks something like this. In the morning, there's a short coaches meeting, some sign-up events, and an opening ceremony. Every hour, there's events between 9 and 2. At the end of that, judges tabulate results, and students wait for those results to be announced during the award ceremony. Here are the events for the 2017 season. The events change every year. Um, there are study events, build events, and lab events, so I'll go through them in that order. The study events for 2017 are astronomy, anatomy and physiology, disease detectives, ecology, dynamic planet, which focuses on tectonics, invasive species, remote sensing, rocks and minerals, and hydrogeology. The build events for 2017 are robot arm, helicopters, tower building, electric vehicle, hovercraft, and wind power. And the lab events are chem lab, forensics, microbiology, material science, Write It, Do It, which is essentially about technical writing and building, experiment design, optics, and Game On, which is a computer game design event. Please let me know if there's other questions I can answer. Contact me by replying to this email. Visit these websites and read more about it. I hope that you'll consider bringing some students to our Invitational tournament in February.